Assalamualaikum dear students, Department of English, Government Postgraduate College Attock. This is BSc 4th year class selection of Martin Prose, and today we would start our second chapter, The Lost Lesson by Alphonse Daudet. As I told you that this is a short story and it is written in the background of Franco-Prussian War, and it deals with the issues of language and culture, language and identity, and language and nationalism. Look at the text. The story is told from the perspective of a young boy who tells the story. His name is Franz, and we come to know about the events in the story from his point of view, or the way he narrates them. That morning, it was quite late before I started for school, and I was terribly afraid I should be scolded. For Monsieur Hamel had told us that he would question us upon participles, and I did not know the first thing about them. Look at some of the vocabulary. Terribly, here it is used in the sense of a lot, scolded, reprimanded. Monsieur, this word would be pronounced as monsieur, an expression of respect like sir, as we have sir in English. Same in French, we use monsieur. Participles, a grammatical term of grammatical category. Now, France says that morning it was quite late before I started for school. It was a lot, quite late mean that considerably late, a lot later. Before I started for school, that is when I started to walk for school, it had already become too late. I was late for school, and I was terribly afraid I should be scolded, and I was very much afraid. I had this fear that I would be reprimanded, I would be punished. For Monsieur Hamel had told us, Monsieur Hamel is the name of the teacher, and he had told the boys, the students, that he would question us upon participle, that he would question them upon the use of participle in language, in grammar, and I did not know the first thing about them. And he says that he did not know anything about them. He had not prepared them. He had not learned them. For a moment, I thought of escaping from school and roving through the fields. Now, roving means wandering, just walk here and there purposelessly without any purpose. Now, for a moment, just for one moment, he thought, Franz thinks that why not escape from school? Why not go not why not go to school and just wander in the fields as the young boys do. The day was so warm, so clear. The day was so warm, so clear. The blackbirds were whistling on the outskirts of the woods. In Whippered Meadow, behind the sawmill, the Prussians were drilling. All these things were far more attractive to me than the rule for the use of participles, but I mustered up strength to resist temptation and hurried on to school. Now, outskirts are just outside. Usually, it is the word is used for the outskirt of a town or outskirt of a city, which means that just a kind of, you can say, residence or the inhabitation that is outside the uh, just outside the border of a city or a town. Meadow, grassy field, sawmill, mill to cut wood, uh, usually a sawmill is that mill in which there are very large saws that cut huge trees and then turn them into lumber. Drilling, the trade that is done by the army. Mustered up, gathered, temptation, motivation, hurried on, moved quickly. Now France says that they were so warm, so clear. That is, the so clear means that there were no clouds in the sky and the weather was very pleasant. It was warm. The blackbirds were whistling on the outskirts of the woods. Woods being a forest. Just outside the forest, the blackbirds were whistling and they were singing their songs. In Dept meadow, behind the sawmill, the Trojans were drilling. Dept meadow being the name of a grassy field, and behind the sawmill, just behind the sawmill, the Trojans were drilling. Trojans, as I told you that this story is about, it is written in the background of Franco-Prussian War, and therefore, as a result of that war, what happened that because France it lost that war, it had to let go its two of its towns, Alsace and Lorraine, and these two towns they were captured by the German army. So the German army was present there. The story is written in this town that France lives in. It is Alsace, and the Prussians they are there because they have occupied the town, they have captured it in war. Really mean that they were having a parade. All these things were far more attractive to me than the rule for the use of participles. Now all these things, according to France, that is the day, the weather, and the birds, and the trail of the Prussians, these things were more attractive to me, or they appeared more attractive to me than going to the class and learning about the use of participles. Means he preferred to be here and instead of attending the class, he should enjoy these things. But I mustered up strength to resist temptation. Mustered up he gathered, but I gathered my strength and I resisted the temptation. Temptation means usually the word is used in the sense of this feeling or this motivation that we have to do something wrong. And so he resisted the temptation and hurried on to school. And then he moved quickly to, to the school. So these were, he had these thoughts, but he resisted those thoughts that he should not let those thoughts guide him, and instead he should go and attend the school. As I reached the town hall, I saw a group of people. They loitered before the little grating, reading the placard posted upon it. For 2 years, every bit of bad news had been announced to us from that grating. There were read what battles had been lost, what requisitions made. There we learned what orders had issued from headquarters. And though I did not pass with the rest, I wondered to myself, what can be the matter now? Town hall is in the European towns. Town hall is a central building which is located at the center of a town, and it um, there are many government offices that are located there, like the office where the record of births and deaths is kept. And then there are, the counselor or the mayor would also sit in that building. So the town hall is a very important building in a town. So he when he reaches the town hall, he says that I saw a group of people. They lighted for the little grating. The little grating means some uh, grating is usually a kind of grill of a gate or something. Here it might be a kind of board or something like that, on which some papers are posted, some news are posted. And those people, they were reading play cards posted upon them. Play card means it's a small cut out piece of paper and something written on it. And those people were reading some play cards because those there were some news were pasted upon it. For 2 years, every bit of bad news had been announced to us from that grating. And it says that because the war, since the start of the war, it has been 2 years now, that all kinds of news, usually the bad ones, they had been reported to us, announced to us through that grating. That news would be pasted upon that grating. There were read what battles had been lost. We would read that how the French army had lost a battle somewhere, what requisitions made, or made some advancements, or made some victory. Requisition mean victory, or some progress in the war. There we learned what orders had issued from headquarters. And we also learned that from headquarters, from the army headquarters, what orders had been issued for the people. And though I did not pause with the rest, pause means stop. And he says that I did not pause with those people to look at what was happening there. I wondered to myself, I thought to myself, what can be the matter now? I thought that what could be the matter now? What is the problem now? Why these people are gathered here and they are moving around the grating? What news had been received? So we would continue with the text in our next class. Till then, take care.